It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 7th of February. I'm Michael Groff. After a rather cold and raw day in the valley yesterday, waking up to very chilly temperatures again today, we'll continue with the cool temps until tomorrow when we start a warming trend into the weekend. But the clouds are on the increase. Troughing will continue here across the western states. And more or less, an unsettled weather pattern will be with us all the way through the end of next week. What about rain chances? And how long will all of this last? Let's talk about it. First, the almanac from yesterday. 56 was the high in the valley. 42 was the low that occurred at 11:59 p.m. And outside right now, here at 7 a.m., we've got clear skies in the valley, but it is chilly out there. 36 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 30, humidity 80%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area this morning, 27 at Goldfield and Fort McDowell. It's in the upper 20s in parts of the West Valley, the outlying areas, 28 at South Mountain Park. Most of us are around freezing or just a few degrees above that this morning. Across the nation, you can see why we are so cold. That upper trough bringing down all that cold air now through the western states. Now it's moving out into the plains, and it is going to create a big mess. How about that? Any kind of advisory you want. It's on the board this morning. We've got blizzard warnings for parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, ice storm warnings for Kansas City, northern Missouri, southeast Iowa, winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings. There's even a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, and wind advisories also. Here in Arizona, not dealing with a whole lot, at least not for now. Convective outlook for today, we've got the slight risk of severe storms around Memphis, up toward Louisville and Paducah, Kentucky. Northward toward Indianapolis, a marginal risk extends as far east as the western half of Ohio. And precipitation for our neck of the woods, valid through next Thursday morning from the WPC. Rainfall amounts here in the valley, well, not a whole lot, if anything at all. Some light precip possible across northern Arizona. And we'll break it down and see what the future might hold as we take a look at the models. Here it is, the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is the upper look, where the pressure is 500 millibars. That's approximately 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. Our cold trough moves out into the plain states today, kind of a zonal flow. Another low is diving down the west coast as we have a very active flow pattern. Meanwhile, a 591 ridge centered right over central Florida, and that's dominating the weather for the eastern half of the country. Very high amplitude pattern. So for us down at the surface, another day of cool temperatures. Now, it's not going to be as windy as yesterday, maybe just a light breeze, highs this afternoon. Still in the mid and upper 50s, which is a solid 10 to 12 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Tonight, clear skies, another cold night ahead. Not quite as cold, I don't think, but the cold spots certainly could get down to or maybe just below freezing. Here in the mid-city, mid and upper 30s. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a bit warmer. Highs getting into the mid-60s. Beautiful day. Saturday, we've got more troughing and more areas of low pressure. Now, they're generally going to pass north of us, so maybe northern Arizona gets in on some precipitation. But around here, just partly to mostly cloudy skies. Highs on Saturday in the low and middle 60s, around 60, low 60s or so on Sunday. Monday, we continue with the same setup. Could be a few showers getting close to the valley. The models, again, have been teeter-tottering on this idea. So for now, we're going to leave the forecast dry for us, but keep in mind that there could be a sprinkle or a light shower someplace. High temperatures still look to be in the upper 50s and low 60s, well below average. Tuesday, same thing, considerable cloudiness. High temperatures in the low 60s or so. Now, as we go to next Wednesday, see temperatures start to moderate a little bit. We've got another pretty deep trough that's setting up, and moisture over the eastern Pacific, some subtropical moisture might start to get tapped here. So we'll see increasing and thickening clouds. Maybe a chance of showers comes in late Wednesday, and especially as we go out to a week from today. This is Thursday, the 14th. It's Valentine's Day. Could be a wet one for us with a pretty broad trough overhead and a decent moisture tap, at least according to the GFS. We've seen this advertised for multiple runs in a row now. The European is more or less on board with this idea. So we'll look for a wet second half to the week, and could be some decent rain out of this if this verifies, but obviously there's still a lot of timing and intensity issues to work out. Highs would be back down to around 60, and with plenty of widespread rain. It's got 10 days. This is the end of the period. Saturday the 16th, and guess what? The weather pattern isn't changing much at all. Very deep cold trough continues over the Pacific Northwest and a broad, deep southwesterly flow here. So at the least, we would have plenty of clouds around and maybe some intermittent chances of rain as our rather cool and unsettled February continues. Check out those temperatures through the period coming off of the GFS ensemble. Do you see any 70s there? Not too much, no. Looks like highs are going to stay mostly in the 60s and lows primarily in the 40s throughout, with decent chances of precipitation, at least above average, through much of middle February. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. And your comments, questions, and suggestions are always encouraged as well. Be safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And have yourselves a great Thursday.